three strikers are in a devastating form as we speak. Let's quickly get to the market and pay some bills. When we come back, we'll slide straight up into it. We'll also give you games that are ongoing at the moment and games that will be decided later tonight. Stick with us.
Listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 Naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 Naira airtime and 2,000 Naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
Of Wirecast.
Open defecation in Nigeria perpetuates a cycle of poor health, environmental degradation, and undermines human dignity. With approximately 47 million people practicing open defecation nationwide, Nigeria ranks among the top countries globally with the highest number of individuals who lack access to proper sanitation facilities. The stats look grim. The overriding effect in itself can be terrible to our general well-being. In that light, we from Mainland 98.3 FM call on the government to increase its efforts in providing public toilets to end this scourge. And we also encourage citizenry to imbibe proper hygiene and not defecate in public.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said?
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 Naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 Naira airtime and 2,000 Naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
Listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Rocking drums and shakira combination. I see people online the tamborino. Dancing, I guess there is a celebration. My body shaking on. I'm the only one at home. All I want to do now is dance rumbo rumbo. So I lock up and keep Kokorola Bekondo. I can't tell where this bed would have.
house and bring back particular now. That's Yᴏɪᴜ featuring Angelica Kidjo. Of course, tomorrow we play Nigeria and Benin Republic. So I decided to bring a blend of the Nigerian artist and a Benin Republic artist. So maybe I've seen, I think Nigeria's game, and they played this song at the stadium. I don't know why Benin Republic defeated us. I remember they played the song at the stadium. I think at halftime was all about bang. And let's get straight up into the conversation on the show today. And the promises to be amazing as ever. Well, I have the group of the chippers of Benin Republic. I am stalking tough. Perhaps he's expressing his fear already. But the Republic's head coach Jᴏɪᴜ has admitted it to be very difficult to defeat the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I want both sides meet tomorrow because the ⴘᴏ side will be at their full strength. The Cheetahs secured a 2-1 victory against the Super Eagles of Nigeria back in June in a World Cup qualifying game, which was Finid's second and final match in charge of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Nigeria and Benin Republic were drawn into the same 2025 AFCON group qualifier, and the Super Eagles came out victorious when both sides last met in September. Cuts off a burst from Dᴏɪᴜ and of course a one goal from Victor Osimhen off the bench to seal a 3-0 victory for the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. Well, it's sad and called repeating defeat of June is going to be complicated because Nigeria is now at full strength. But we believe in ourselves. Wherever we are prefer to have Cedric and Oliver with us, we're prepared to move forward without them. That is coming from General Kickoff time of the game tomorrow. Nigeria and Benin Republic is at play. Guys, I don't know if Ghana has enough, I don't know, on his CV to play the 9 games. But let me come to your point and 3 goals. How important is this for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to make a statement with tomorrow's game? Having it in mind that a win tomorrow qualifies us for Morocco, and we have 11 countries that have qualified already. 10 with the host nation Morocco. Nigeria will be the 12th nation. Of course, there will be games. A lot of teams will also qualify, tonight by the time we're done with some of these games. But how key is that game tomorrow at Batam, especially Nigeria coming back after the Libya drama?
Yeah, it's going to be a very important game rather, and you'd also remember as well that the Super Eagles are currently on 10 points. They currently have 10 points, and if they win this game against Benin Republic, they're going to go through as the group winners whatsoever, no matter what happens in the other game between Rwanda as well as Benin Republic, because of course Rwanda as well also want to also qualify, because 2 teams have to qualify. So as it stands, Nigeria will probably qualify. This is the fact that we just need a point to secure passage to the AFCON. But apart from that, we also have another game as well coming up, which is going to be against Rwanda, and I really don't believe that's a game that that us Gabon should gamble, to be honest, because if you take a look at the other side of things as well, by next day match the World Cup qualifiers as well also resumes, and what that means is that you also remember to also that Nigeria, or should I say Nigeria, have not done so well, or they have not done themselves proud in the World Cup qualifier, but it's been another story entirely for the AFCON qualifiers. So I believe that whatever happens against the Republic, which hopefully I expect a win that particular one, the game against Rwanda should be taken as serious business, because what that would now mean would be that if Nigeria as well also wins that particular one, it's going to be 16 points for Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. And apart from the number of points that we're taking upon, I also feel like it also should also be a preparation as well ahead of the World Cup qualifiers, because Nigeria will also be facing this same Rwanda as well as the Republic in the World Cup qualifiers. So I think it's a game that, or should I say this 2 games that games that we should not be joking with, because I mean there's really no time. This is the last international break for the year. The next time we'll get so much international this year. So and whenever the next international break comes, but that's going to be January 2025. It's very important that us Gabon begins to get things right at this point in time.
But I think it's going to be a good one, because if you're playing World Cup qualifiers, it's also going to be preparation for the AFCON as well. I think it's a double an advantage to us, because we're not just going to be playing games or friendly matches, they're going to be competitive games, and to also put the team in a very good state. I just hope that we can cross the hurdle tomorrow, so that we can avoid any unnecessary pressure in the game against Rwanda, which I think we're going to win, by the way. Before I bring in Kita,
look through the games that are currently ongoing and the games that will be played tonight. Remember, Nigeria are the Super Eagles of Nigeria in Group C. So let's go straight on to Group E. There's Liberia and Togo playing currently, and they're still playing a goalless draw as we speak. Yes, is already in the 62nd minute of that game, and it's still goalless.
That elimination
yes. And that's Liberia versus Togo is still goalless. Later tonight by 8 p.m. there's going to be Chad and Sierra Leone. There's also going to be the game between Namibia and Cameroon is over, and of course another goalless, and that's Namibia secured a very important points against Cameroon. I want to reach out that table. Cameroon took that table with 11 points, and there's also Zimbabwe second with 8 points. There's Kenya third with 4 points, and Namibia's first point in the group so far. They just picked it this evening against former African champions, which is Cameroon. In the UEFA Champions, the games were decided yesterday. Yes, Arsenal won their game away from home at Juventus by 4-0, and then also defeated Avylavia by 3-0. You can trust this one. FC Barcelona won and defeated SKN Brighton 7-0. That is some football lesson. I want to say Manchester City women also won their game by 2-0. Today there's going to be Galatasaray versus Wolfsburg by 6:45, and there's also women and the most successful team in the history of the Women's Champions League, which is Olympic Lyon. I will be playing against AS Roma women tonight. That is for Group A. For Group B, there's the Real Madrid women will be hosting FC Twente at 6:45, and Celtic women will be hosting the WSL champions Chelsea at 9 p.m. Those are the games that are witnessed in the UEFA Women's Champions League later tonight. Well, like I said, the game between Liberia and Togo is still going on, and it is still goalless. Let me come to Akintayo. We had a full house. How much of a dilemma does that put Austin Eguavoen in terms of looking at where we're starting from? The goalkeeping department, we've got it good. One man is doing exceptionally well for his club. If they decide to start with, what's his name now? With Medical Oᴘᴇyᴇ is also doing good at his club. I know Ḥbᴏ again probably not get the shot, but at least he's still with the side. You look at the defense also of Fulham, even though I feel that at times he can be very lackadaisical with his play. Sometimes he loses concentration, but he's been able to find a solid balance, and he's bringing that form into the Super Eagles. In the midfield, we're going to be one of the most creative players in the Premier League as we speak. Alex will be, look at, just check his numbers. Man of the match performance in the last game, in that 2-0 victory. And of course, you look at the attacking options that we have. I just talked about Dominic Lukman with 8 goals and 3 assists, Victor Osimhen with 8 goals and 5 assists, Victor Boniface with 8 goals and 1 assist. It seems we're in a very good position. What should be the least we should expect tomorrow, and how much more do we need to be careful not to do the wrong selections?
Okay, we need to be very careful. We need to be very wary of the Benuins. The last 2 games where they had the 6 points, the games where they had the 6 points, they all won the games at home. It was the games at home. The games against Libya, they won 2-1. The game against Rwanda, they defeated them comfortably 3-0. And guess what? When they defeated Nigeria in the World Cup qualifier, it was as well in that same Abidjan, and the way where they won 2-1. So it's a familiar ground to them in as much as they are playing away from home. It is home away from home, and it is going to be a very difficult one. In as much as we might win convincingly, which I expect us to do, I believe that with this record in recent games, I believe that they are a formidable side, and the Abidjan Stadium is a fortress for them, and it's going to be an interesting one to see how Eguavoen is going to adjust to the expectations, because in as much as we want a point in this game, we just can't go and play for a point. It would be embarrassing if we decide to play for a point with the amount of talents that we have at our disposal. It would be an irresponsible one to play for a draw. I expect us to go for a win, but playing against a familiar foe. You know, we've played against the Benin 11 times in all competition. We've won 9, they've won 2. Out of that 2 that they won was in the World Cup qualifier. It was in the same Abidjan Stadium. So it can tell you that they can actually hurt us if we give them room. We need to guard against that, and we should be on top of our game tomorrow.
Okay, we'll give you my updates on little or nothing to talk about. But it looks like the issue with the suspended Premier League referee is not done yet, and reports that UEFA and FIFA have put them out of their match day list, and there reports that he may resign rather than being sacked by the PGMOL, and that decision can cost him over £1 million in earnings that he would have made. It's not a good situation right now, because the FA are treating the video as authentic, where still other forensic investigation going on to confirm the video, but the FA are investigating based on the assumption that the video is authentic, because even the difficult himself have not come out to deny the video. Guys, let's get to talk about Manchester United. Well, Ruben Amorim is now around the new child in town. I came in on Monday and straight up to the training ground. He met the players on Monday evening, but yesterday they had a general meeting, and he has said that he has a lot of the players in his plans. Euro seems to be a big prospect for Manchester United, and he's also talking about the fact that they've got huge plans for former Chelsea midfielder now, which is Mason Mount. Remember, since he moved over to Old Trafford, he's had injuries, playing on farms, his dream Manchester United team. Remember, he's not having the chance to buy any player until January, so he's got now and December to figure out where he will bring Manchester United. It's about the most draw against Chelsea, a win against Leicester, a win against Leicester in the League Cup, a win against Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Europa League. But as I said, unbeaten in 4 games, but I still 13th on the log by the
best time for him to come in was this period. This period whereby it is the international break, whereby he has 2 weeks, to get used to the system, get used to know the training facilities, to know what and which players is available, what players to work for, which players to look at, in the international break, which player is to shield, coming back from the international break. Because trust me, United they have their toughest schedule next month, and I'm going to read it for you. The first of December, they are to play Everton, playing Arsenal on the 4th, playing Everton on the 1st, playing Arsenal on the 4th, playing the informed Nottingham Forest on the 7th, and going into the Europa League on the 12th, and playing Manchester City on the 15th, and playing Tottenham on the 19th in the Carabao Cup, before playing Bournemouth on the 22nd, playing Wolves on the 26th, playing Newcastle on the 30th, and playing Liverpool at home, playing Liverpool away on the 5th of January. Now, that's to show you the build-up to the games that Manchester United have in December and in the New Year break. So, which means that whatever, even though it is sad to say that it is not in the quest for the title, but it is the quest to make a chance. They are currently sitting 13th on the log in the EPL, so which means that the points between their position and those above them are very, very slim, so which they can still recover. The person is sitting in 3rd position is currently on 19 points, and then Manchester United sitting in 13th. They are currently with 15 points, so that means
4 point difference,
just 4 point difference from 3rd to 13. Wow, exactly, to show you that it's just not competitive. It shows that this is a circus. From 3rd to 13th is a circus.
So there's a circus.
Because when they're meant to pick up points, they're not picking up points, and that shows you that tells you that plenty of things can still happen. United, you cannot rule out United in Europe because of the points are not much. As much as United have had a disastrous outing so far this season, it still does not take away the fact that they can still make the top 4 if they are being serious. And we can just, it might appear that we might just be seeing a slot version 2.0. And why do I say so is the fact that he has no time to bring in anybody, which means he has to work with what he has or what he inherits. would he be able to make the big and key decisions? That is what will be left to be seen, and that is what United fans want. They want to see a manager that can make Baba Gorimakpa take out the man who is being linked with Rome, as you might call it. He has not played for over 400 days. He played in the under 21, and if he's fit, I see him as being a very key player for Amorim because of Amorim's decision of how he plays. 4-2-3-1, using Ugarte and Casemiro as a double pivot in the midfield, or would he be more flexible playing a 4-3-3 is left to be seen. And with the amount of fixtures and tough and risky, tricky fixtures they have in December, you know how December is in England. It is always the battle of the fittest. It's about who can keep up with the momentum. I know Albertomi is ready to rip up this conversation.
I really disagree with Akintayo. My reason is this: December should be an ultimatum, just like Akintayo is saying it.
I'm not mention of ultimatum.
I'm not saying you are, but the way you say,
all I'm saying is that they need to shape their season, because I just listed
what Manchester United fans need to have this season is patience, because you don't expect Ruben Amorim to come from Portugal down to Melbourne and wait.
Guys, let's open this conversation up a bit and let us be liberal about it. Let us, of course, thank God none of you guys are Manchester United fans, but I understand where you're coming from. We're talking about your biggest rival as Liverpool fan. But what I'm saying is this: Everyone comes with a lot of expectations. 13 games without a draw or a loss in the Portuguese league this season. Recently trashed Manchester City in the Champions League after buying a goal down by 4-1. Impressive.
His last game as well as Sportsman's Bond coach, as well, also won 4 goals to come out and blow out 2 goals down.
Two goals down. I think Braga was leading 2-0. Came from 2 goals down to win 4-2. He comes with a very big profile. The youngest manager to ever coach Manchester United in their history. I'm talking about a substantial manager and not acting managers. And he does not have the opportunity to send any people. Fans are used to, they've tested blood. They're used to winning. And so that's why they told that, they're having a better season than Arsenal, because for the last 2 years of Eritrea, he still delivered a trophy. So they're already, I think they're still in the League Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're still in the League Cup, and that's what I'm saying. It's
they're still in the FA Cup. If they have the Premier League to see how they can push, you would expect that with a manager like Ruben Amorim, certainly in the European League, they should be able to fancy their chance of going to Hans. But hire for Ruben Amorim to say, okay, he's a young manager, not so much at the biggest stage. Manchester United, whether we like it or not, is still one of the biggest clubs in the world. That's exactly what I guys talk about. How much more do you think Manchester United fans should have time for him to start?
So, to be honest, the ultimatum for Ruben Amorim should be next summer.
No. This is not very.
I have my reasons. Let me land.
You need to land one.
Now, the thing is this: Ruben Amorim, yes, is coming from Sportsman's Bond with a more perfect record. For Sportsman's Bond was fine, rather. But then the funny thing is that this is not a reporter. Ruben Amorim is not going to come to kind of forget his big decision. He's got to make the Amorim comes into the team and then he's going to be changing the way the team plays. No one is talking about outside the team will just get acclimatized to the way Ruben Amorim wants to play. Ruben Amorim has also come into the team with players are being ground. And I'm very sure that he also wants to bring in his own players.
I'm very sure players been on ground. When Villas-Boas left Chelsea, when he was sacked, there was a certain Roberto that was brought in just to steady the ship and see how well Chelsea can end. But guess what, guys? With the same set of players, he won Chelsea's first ever Champions League, and he gave an icing on the cake, which is the FA Cup. When Fangamba came out to say that this Chelsea team are not ready to compete, they can't compete at the top level, there was a Tottenham Thomas Tuchel freshly sacked from a PSG team that has Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Sergio Ramos, and he could not win anything apart from the French league. He came into Chelsea. Chelsea were under transfer ban, if I'm not mistaken. And you win the Champions League without signing any player. So when would I expect that with the quality of 4 games that we saw under Lɪਧᴇ, the player powers, they just want the house. I'm going to pose this question to you, Akitayo. What is the highest you would expect Manchester United to finish this season? Remember, the season has judged as their worst seasons. They still not won with trophies.
Okay, I had made mention of that in my opening statement, and I said that all that is needed for him is to qualify for Europe. I just gave you a stat that they are currently sitting 13th on the log. The person sitting 3rd on the log, which is Chelsea, are currently having 19 points. They, Manchester United, they are having 15 points, which means they are just 4 points behind Chelsea. And if you are 4 points behind Chelsea, that is 3rd, and you are 13th at this stage of the season, and we are still in November, we are not yet in December, we have even played half of the Premier League games this season. You cannot tell me that they should still have patience. No one is talking about him winning a trophy. All I'm saying is he can still qualify for Europe, be it Europa Conference League, be it Europa League or Champions League. They can still qualify for Europe because it is possible. It's not, aside from it being mathematically possible, it is very possible. Now in Europe, as well as
mathematically possible to even stay in the league.
Yes, but that is a stretch. Now, even in the Europa League, they play four games. They are currently in the playoff spots, which means there's still possibility for them to even qualify without them playing the playoff for the Europa League. You cannot tell me a team that has spent over 600 million to assemble players. They currently have 10 defenders. That is both centre back and wing backs. They have 10 defenders. You cannot tell me that having 10 defenders, you still need another transfer window to bring in 3 or 5 more defenders before you can qualify for Europe. No one is talking about him winning any trophy this season. If he wins a trophy, it's just an icing on his cake. But no one is expecting him to win a trophy. No one is expecting him to change anything drastically because he's not going to bring in £200-300 million worth of investments this season. And trust me, with the quality of players that they have, will they be able to, let us not use quality because some might say maybe they are not performing at their best, but with the caliber of players that they have, is it possible for him to bring out the best he can on a long run of stretch? And I don't knew that the games that they have this December, that is arguably the most difficult season that you have, and that would actually determine if United will still finish very well on the log this season or not.
Okay, talking about I'm going to counteract that I said. Yeah, talking about the squad at Lɪਧᴇ disposed at Manchester United. First of all, take a look at the defenders. They have, just like you said, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, take a look at the players. For example, those are senior defenders. The center defender we have Matthias de Ligt. These are defenders.
Your blood is hot. You're welcome.
Thank you for picking me up.
I don't
know whether it's Agbatomi or Tita that wants to buy somebody.
It's Agbatomi.
It seems not like Kutoaye. That's Kutoaye. Okay, so let me give my 2 cents. I agree with Akitayo. I agree with Akitayo and Agbatomi in a way. If you recall, what happened with Iṛsᴜnᴏ? Iṛsᴜnᴏ was brought in to come and play that is one touch football. He said the players that were at football could not play that style of football, which was why at the end of the day we ended up seeing the same old kind of style that Man U was playing. Now, Amorim is coming in, he has a style of play, plays with the defenders at the back. It's not to say that the players at Man U, defenders at Man U can't play that defense. Because I believe from this analysis, even I also believe himself, he has identified some of those players. Like the might be
Lucio,
and it might be Martinez.
it could be John Evans.
I think those are the strongest in terms of future. Those are the strongest defenders that we have. As well, I'm not even come as Mazuari will obviously play from the wings and everything. But I also believe that it will take a while for this play. I don't think it will be instant. What will happen is he will be playing to the player's strength before he tries to gradually infuse his own style, and then see who can cope with that style, and then see who can move out of the phone that cannot cope with that style. I think that is what is going to happen. Is a software finish possible? Yes, it's very possible, because the game possibility that Man U can go on an unbeaten run is very, very possible. The truth of the matter is, the biggest thing that is Man U right now is that Arsenal for a very long period of time, finishing in the top 4 instead of trying to win the league. The mentality has a way of bringing down on teams, whether we agree to it or not. Because when you see top 4 as a trophy, trust me, they say that you aspire for the stars, and if you hit the clouds, that is it. But if you see top 4 as a trophy, you are aspiring to finish in top 4, trust me, you're not going to win the league anytime soon. Arsenal has been challenging because they want to win the league. But in the second match, they have been fumbling for. But it's not for a lack of trying, unlike before. So I don't think it's out of place to say that Man U can also aspire to win the league. This time what Amorim is going to tell his players. But they have to play it safe and be realistic for, then we can be looking at Europa League as a finish.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Osama. I just feel I sometimes pity Manchester United fans because they are like one political party in Nigeria. They need to come down from their horses and understand the fact that they are not who they used to be.
Yeah.
You need to also manage your expectations so that you don't think, oh, manager comes in because of how much is wrong with FC, with Sporting. You can come in and immediately transform
the expectations they had with them.
I was working at Jones. I have said their manager.
Let's not to watch the game.
Hello, good evening. Hello. Your voice is a bit far from your audio space, so maybe you can. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I think it's better now.
Okay. We should give him time. My name is Sam from Owe. We should give him time because we don't expect anything. We don't expect anything at the end of the month. The end of the it's the other year that we anything. But we are not. I don't. They are employing him to start him immediately. To assess this man.
Sarah, we're really struggling to hear you. I appreciate if you can call back.
Where everything can go wrong for Amorim is Manchester United playing without an identity, and that was the problem that Ten Hag had, and that was the problem he faced. If Ten Hag had an identity, it would have been easier for him to convince the fans and as well as the board that okay, we are trying something but things are not working out. We've seen Arsenal that it seems like they appear to be a team of set piece. We know what Brighton can do. We know what Bournemouth can do. We know what other
Manchester United need an identity,
and that is where the problem, and that will be the major problem for Amorim. If he comes in and he cannot define an identity from day one, we can see what Arne Slot is doing. We can see what Hansi Flick is doing. If a manager comes in for a stature like Manchester United and cannot bring out his own identity, I think that will be his biggest downfall. And I don't believe that them qualifying for Europe is a big stretch. Like I said, if they're not 4 points behind the person in third position, I don't think that is a big stretch to ask for to qualify for Europe.
Okay. Let's see how it goes. I'm just hoping that by the time they come up, Manchester United will be able to define their own identity. It could be tough, but I don't see it as an impossibility. Okay. You're welcome.
If you are going to change your career,
are you talking about Porto? Are you talking about Porto? The Porto Manchester United, the best team.
This moment what happened in performance, trust me, you can't change. So you see the world of here.
Exactly. But if you don't have it, you don't have it. I'm not sure if Anthony has that transformative power that Rafael has at the moment. Well, guys, there's a predicted starting 11 for the Super Eagles tomorrow, and I would want us to look at it real quickly. It's not the how do I put it now? It's not the final starting 11. It's just what we're able to put together, and I would like you guys to go over this real quick. But let me talk to Onome. You're welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome.
So I want to start from this. You know, like I always say, I remember when we got 𝴘ᴏ immediately there was an identity in the level if you can remember, so what I want to sincerely say, yes, we are far from where we used to be over 10 years ago, fighting for the league. The quality of United, I believe United have quality in that squad. Just about. I think those players play the part in United to have goal. I will see over time, the problem is over time. I can categorically tell you, Arsenal and United, there's not much quality. There's not focused. So not just players are going to sweat John off for their coach. You know, people talk about the training. They can actually, just quality of players that can make it short, finishing third in the seconds. I really do. And because how they go away, to win the Italy final. And when you tell me a trophy, not a cup trophy, I'm just telling you the quality of what I can find in this course. Not just willing to go all the way. But the club doesn't have no capital that have called a good tournament for council and a bunch of other things from how much million.
Yeah.
And so it's very, very powerful.
Thank you.
Okay. So
thank you very much, Solomon. Thank you for lending your thoughts. Hello, good evening. Hello. Good time you join us. Please, you need to move away from your mobile so that you turn him off completely.
Okay.
I think so. Your name, where are you calling from? Okay. We're struggling to hear. By the way, 𝴘ᴜ Nigeria's only representative at the ongoing CAN Women's Champions, they will be in action this evening. Remember, they won their first game against Deputy by 3-0. They will be playing their second game tonight. But guys, I want to look at the goalkeeping department because of this recent form. For his club side, Chippers United, you'd expect Stanley Brown to be in goal. For the defense, one choose Ekong. Somebody is making mention of 𝐴v𝐴 said his debut. There's also Căvin Bassey. Hopefully, it's going to be a 3-man defense in the midfield. ᴘᴜ is expected to maintain his position. Right now, adding a strong attacking mindset presence to the fans. Remember, I know he's supposed to play at the wing back, but he's going to be collapsing at the midfield as well for the attackers. Samuel Chukwueze are expected to bring in their players to the wings, and of course, Victor Osimhen should start up front. So, I want to just quickly give it to Stanley Mbali. Defenders will have choose Ekong, 𝐴v𝐴, Căvin Bassey, and now in the midfield, as midfield in the Alex will be 𝴘ᴜ at the attack. The Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, and Demiral. Guys, do you agree with that projected starting 11? Let's talk to this caller first. Good evening. You're welcome.
You're welcome, boss.
I greet you.
I greet you, boss.
I greet my audition guy.
How about good evening?
I greet you, Baba.
The down to it now.
Well, you see what happened. The only issue I see in Manchester United, and Manchester United fan, I'm one additional they talk. The only thing is that this coach that is coming to go from better family. Because those people, I used to talk to them, they don't know that you call this coach and you don't like it. Like I saw people. this one that is coming is good. He's not Global family. If you don't know, you should come for the club. Because he has the last three. And establishing to promote for this place.
Yes, so
Promote from the
Anybody can go.
anybody can go. So it doesn't mean anybody. So even if you do rubbish, for this corona we do now, you go promote. That's the only policy for that coach. So if you get successful, any other thing, it is fine. I'm not going to be sure to play like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's true. If this is something that they talk to, it will be successful.
Thank you very much. Guys, you want to respond to that starting 11 quick start on Barrow Tuzakon Gabon Shoka Vibasi on the midfield. Woodford indeed, the Alex will be bringing one change the attack. Sᴘᴏʀᴛs, Victor Osimhen, and show starter. Yeah, an African football of the year, Demola Lukman.
Well, obviously, Sᴘᴏʀᴛs is going to start this game, and most probably also start the game as well against Rwanda. But I also expect Osinegwavon to switch to a 4-man defense due to the absence of Shemi Ajayi. But if he also decides as well to also stick with his preferred or the 3-man defense he has also been using, and I think we'll also be seeing JᴏɪＲ Oᴘᴇyᴜ in his debut for Nigeria as well. And the likes of William Troost-Ekong, Calvin Bassey will obviously be starting this game. We'd also see Olaimo as well as Bruno Onyemaechi on the other flank as well, and maybe as a wing back, or maybe this time a left back. That's if Osinegwavon decides to play 4-man defense. And in midfield, I really would prefer he plays with Wilfred Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, as well as Fisayo Dele-Bashiru instead of Rafael Onyedika that has been mentioned in that particular one. And yes, for the attack, I will definitely see Victor Osimhen sparing the attack. Yes, we'll also see the contender, the leading contender rather, for the African Player of the Year. So Ademola Lookman also starting, and then on the other flank we would probably be seeing either Moses Simon or Chukwueze. But my gut tell me that Moses Simon will be starting tomorrow night.
Chukwueze is not starting.
I said my gut.
Your guts don't vex.
Well, I actually concur with that list. The thing that I've observed so far about our manager, our interim manager, is that he's quite predictable, and I think that's one of the problems that we might have if he remains at the helm going into the Nations Cup or the World Cup qualifier as it might be. I don't see anything changing from that list, except maybe there's an injury. I don't expect Dele-Bashiru to start, as I believe personally that he is very good with reading of the game, and him coming in actually injects new blood. I expect
he's not the best players from mindset.
No, I believe that we are not that desperate. We need to control the game. We need to, and Onyedika would actually, as long as he does not play, is not careless, just as he did when he collected red card against AC Milan. If he can maintain his composure and he does not get into make silly fouls, I believe that he would actually be a very good one to parley with Ndidi. And with the defense, our defense is still going to be standard. I don't expect anything to change. The goalkeeping position, I don't expect it to change. The front three is very obvious, is visible to the blind, and is audible to the deaf, that the front three will be Moses Simon, Ademola Lookman, and Victor Osimhen. We might eventually see Boniface coming in, Chukwueze coming in, and Dele-Bashiru coming in. And if we can get that, I would like to see the JᴏɪＲ Oᴘᴇyᴜ that has been called up to try and see what he can offer us and what he is made up, what the stuff is made up of. It's going to be an interesting one tomorrow there in Abidjan, and I expect us to cruise. Because guess what? It is Sport Cruise.
Okay, we will come back tomorrow. I'm sure before we sign off on the show tomorrow, we'll have the starting list, and then probably, hopefully, if you're lucky to get the media officer to talk to us very briefly on the show tomorrow, I promise 𝐴frigate to be an amazing way to prepare for the 8 p.m. Very important fixture tomorrow against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic, talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let me go on through the games. I already concluded Liberia got a win over Togo.
It's been nice to see how Ghana is going to
85-minute penalty to give Labora the win against Togo. Wow, it's going to be tough for Ghana. It's a derby, yeah.
By the way, in the Conference Champions, the Ⴏ are in action later tonight. I think 1 hour from now against Marsa FC, and then the starting lineups are already out already.
Yes, the starting lineup is out, and I love
the first one on Sunday as well against a team I think from Ethiopia. They're about 3-0. So if they also win as well later tonight, there's every possibility that they'll be making it to the last stages.
Another game decided from the same group. Normally, the Sunday woman defeated CBSAW by 4-0. And Real Madrid women have taken the lead in the UEFA Champions League against FC20. Celtic and Chelsea will play later tonight. It's Wednesday, you know what I mean? It's a Lord's night, and the feeling right. It's a Lord's night coming out. By 7 p.m., it is going to be one of the best football shows.
Football was awarded on Monday.
Group F, that is where Ghana is. Ghana is leading the group with 5 points. Sudan is second with 7 points. Ghana in third with 2 points, and Nigeria with 1 point.
This coming.